My brother told security I wasn't family at the party I helped pay for, so I cut him off, posted the receipts, and watched his life fall apart, one eviction notice at a time. Hey, Reddit. So I, Natalie, 25, female, just found out what happens when you give too much for too long and finally ask for basic respect. You get kicked in the teeth by your own family. This isn't some sad story. This is me laying it all out after being treated like a walking wallet while my younger brother, Ryan, 22, male, got praised for breathing. Let me give you some quick context so you know I'm not just being dramatic. My family has been playing favorites since Ryan was old enough to whine for a new Xbox and get it. I was the mature one, the responsible one. Translation: do everything, get nothing. Example: when I turned 18, my parents made me start paying $350 a month to stay at home. Not a joke. Same room I grew up in, same creaky bed, same wallpaper from when I was 12. $350 a month or hit the road, so I paid. Worked part-time at a tire shop, finished school, handled it. Ryan turned 18. They literally gave him my old room after I moved out, bought him a flat screen, and said he's still finding his path. Finding his path looked a lot like sleeping until noon and streaming Fortnite for 9 hours straight. I once came home to visit and found him wearing my hoodie, the same one I'd been looking for since Thanksgiving. I said, "Dude, that's mine." And he said, "Well, you don't live here anymore." I looked at my mom. She said, "Maybe don't leave stuff behind if it's that important." That was just normal. Anyway, I moved out at 21, got a steady job in logistics, lived lean, saved like hell, and guess what? The second I hit stable ground, my parents started hitting me up for help. Groceries, power bill, help covering car repairs. Ryan's been having a hard time. I'd get this guilt trip call from my mom about how, "We've always supported you. Now it's your turn to help us." And I did. Like an idiot. I did. I set up monthly auto deposits to cover Ryan's rent, $750 a month for 3 years. On top of that, every college semester, I chipped in $3,000 plus less for books and tuition. Never asked for payback, never held it over anyone, not once. I really thought I was doing something good, something that mattered. Then I found out about the graduation party. It started with a photo dump in the family group chat. Long tables, balloons, a big sheet cake that said, "You did it, Ryan," in gold lettering. Someone even rented a party tent. No invite, no message, just pictures. No mention of the girl paying the bills. So I texted my mom. Me, "Where's the party?" Her, "Brook Hill. Same place where we had Uncle Mike's anniversary." No apology, no, "Oops, sorry, forgot to tell you." Just cold info. At first, I told myself maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they assumed I was working or busy. I figured I'd show up, surprise them, and it'd be fine. I put on a clean shirt, jeans with no holes, drove 45 minutes to Brook Hill, and pulled up to a house with 10 cars out front. Uncle Joe's SUV, Cousin Leo's Civic, Dad's truck. Everyone was there except me. I walked up the driveway and instantly got stopped by 2 rent-a-guard types. "This is a private event," one said. "I'm his sister," I replied. Guy looked me up and down like I just climbed out of a sewer. The other guy asked for my name, walked off, and came back with Ryan, my mom, and my dad. Ryan looked like he stepped out of a cologne ad. Flashy shirt, slicked hair, gold chain, holding his phone like I was wasting his time. He glanced at me and said, "She doesn't belong here." Dead serious. I laughed, thought he was joking. Then my dad chimed in. "You actually showed up after everything you've said?" I blinked. "I haven't said anything." My mom tried to smooth it over. "Natalie, we just wanted today to be peaceful. No problems." I stared at them. "I pay his rent, I cover his tuition, and I'm the problem?" Ryan scoffed. "You didn't do that for me. You just wanted to make yourself feel important." I looked him dead in the eyes. "Then you're welcome." And I turned around and left. My dad called after me. "Maybe you should have asked if you were invited." I drove home without stopping. No gas, no drive-through, nothing. Walked into my apartment, kicked my shoes off, sat on my crappy old futon, and stared at the wall. Then I picked up my phone and typed one message. "Starting next month, you'll need to cover your own rent. Best of luck." Sent it, didn't even wait for a response. 2 hours later, someone knocked. It was Ryan. Still wearing the same clothes from the party, eyes puffy, looked like he hadn't slept. "Please don't do this," he said. "I can't afford it. You know I can't." I didn't say a word, just stood there, silent. For once in my life, I let him squirm. So, yeah, Ryan standing in my doorway with puffy eyes, still in his little party outfit, like he hadn't changed since he got crowned king of the backyard barbecue. Please don't do this, he said again. I can't afford it. You know I can't. Right? Like that ever stopped him from ordering 17 chicken wings at 2 a.m. I didn't move, just leaned against the doorframe and stared at him. I'd spent years helping this dude stay afloat while he treated me like background noise. I wasn't in a hurry to throw him another lifeline. He cleared his throat. You could have at least warned me. I woke up to my rent app saying payment failed. Yeah, that was the point. I let the silence drag just long enough to make him uncomfortable. Then he did what Ryan always does when things don't go his way. He tried to talk his way out of it. It's been a rough year, Nat. Exams, clinic hours. I barely sleep. Yeah, I cut in. I remember those Instagram stories. The late-night tacos, the beach weekend, the random trip to Miami. That looked exhausting. He looked like he wanted to say something back but couldn't figure out which lie to go with. Every month I paid your rent. Every term I helped with school. Every time Mom texted that the fridge was empty. Who covered it? I asked. You did, he mumbled. Right, and then you told security I wasn't family. He looked away. It wasn't like that. Exactly like that, word for word. He sighed and stepped inside without asking. Sat on my couch like he owned the place. Same way he used to barge into my room back when we were teens. And I'd have to hide my stuff to keep it from disappearing. You live like this? He said, scanning my apartment like it was a museum exhibit for broke people. I raised an eyebrow. Yeah, this is what paying your own bills looks like. No comment. He rubbed his face. I just don't get why you're cutting me off now. You don't? I asked. You stood there while I got publicly humiliated at your party, and you let it happen. He opened his mouth, but I kept going. You never once told our parents to stop treating me like garbage. You let me pay your rent for 3 years and still called me a jealous loser in front of your friends. He went quiet, probably the first time in years. I could have ended it there, but I had one more thing to ask. Why weren't Grandma and Grandpa at the party? His face twitched. They weren't invited. By who? He hesitated. Mom didn't want them coming. Why? She said they always bring up old stuff. Grandpa talks too much. Grandma's too opinionated. You mean the man who gave Dad the down payment on the house? And the woman who helped raise both of you while Mom went back to school? He looked down. You didn't stop her, I said. I didn't agree either. That's not the same. He stood up like that was his cue to leave. Whatever, Nat. You've made your decision. Guess I'll figure it out. Yeah, I said, you will. He left without another word. An hour later, my phone buzzed. Voicemail. Hey, sweetheart, it's Grandma. We heard what happened. We weren't invited either. Your brother said some nasty things. Just know we're proud of you. We'll stop by tomorrow morning. I'm bringing coffee. I actually smiled. First time all week. Next day, 10:45 a.m. Sharp, I saw the silver Civic pull up. Grandma got out in her floral top, holding a pink box like it was sacred. Grandpa wore his crusty old army hat, the one that drives Dad nuts. They walked in like they'd been coming over forever. You don't owe them anything, Grandma said. You've done more than enough. Grandpa grunted. You're the only one in that family who ever did something real. We sat, ate muffins, drank coffee. No drama, no backhanded jabs. Just a quiet morning that felt more like family than the last 10 years combined. After they left, I sat on the edge of my bed holding the still warm cup and felt something shift. Not anger, not revenge, just clarity. I'm done waiting for these people to respect me. I'm not asking anymore. At noon, I called my dad. He answered like he was thrilled to hear from me. Hey, sweetheart, everything good? Grandma and Grandpa stopped by, brought muffins. Silence. They weren't at the party, I added. Yeah, well, there wasn't enough space. You know how Grandpa gets. I know exactly how he gets. He shows up. He tried to pivot. Anyway, everything okay? Just wanted to say, starting now, I'm done paying Ryan's stuff. No rent, no tuition, nothing. Another pause. Then the voice changed. That fake, soft, guilt trip tone. Natalie, you're not struggling, right? No house, no kids. You've always been smart with money. So, because I didn't screw my life up, I'm supposed to fund the one who did? That's not what I'm saying. It's what you meant. We just wanted to give him a chance. I gave him one, for 3 years. You all just laughed while he told me I wasn't welcome. He didn't say anything. I'll let Mom know myself, I added. Just figured I'd give you the heads up. Then I hung up. I thought that was it. But 20 minutes later, someone else knocked. It wasn't Ryan. It was Olivia, my cousin, holding a cheap plastic Tupperware and avoiding eye contact. "Can I come in?" she asked. She didn't wait for an answer. She sat down, looked around like she was touring a shelter, and said, "I didn't know they were going to do that to you. When Ryan said that crap, I laughed. Not because I believed it, just I didn't know what else to do." I didn't respond. "I'm moving out," she added. "Told Aunt Karen I'm done with the family circus. Got accepted into a graduate program in Vermont." That caught me off guard. Olivia was always the one who played nice, the quiet cousin who never stood up to anyone. Then she pulled out her phone. "I'm still in one of Ryan's group chats. He doesn't know." She handed me her screen. I read it. "I told y'all she'd show up. Girl still thinks she's one of us. Pays my bills and gets treated like a dog. LOL. I gave the phone back. No rage, no shock, just confirmation. "I'm telling you this because people need to know who they're defending," she said. I nodded. "Thanks." Then I opened the family group chat, dropped the screenshot with no caption, no explanation, just raw proof of what I'd been putting up with. Let them choke on it. The family group chat went dead after I dropped the screenshot. Not a single reply for almost 15 minutes. Then Aunt Martha quietly left the chat. No goodbye, no emoji, just gone. Olivia texted me directly. "Holy crap." I didn't reply. 5 more minutes passed. Then Uncle Wes posted a thumbs up emoji. Nothing else. Mom read the message and didn't respond. Dad didn't even open it. Ryan went silent. Nobody defended him. Nobody defended me either. Aunt Karen messaged me separately. Maybe this wasn't the best way to handle things. I sent back one line. Neither was letting him trash me while I paid his rent. 10 minutes later, I heard car doors outside. My parents' truck pulled into my lot. Both of them stepped out. Dad wore his usual work jeans. Mom carried a paper bag. They didn't knock right away. Then they did. I opened the door. "We need to talk," Dad said. They stepped in, looked around like they'd never seen my place. Same couch, same space heater, same cracked kitchen tiles. Mom handed me the bag. "Brought you lunch." I set it on the table without touching it. Dad sat down. "You embarrassed your brother," he said. "You embarrassed yourself," I replied. "He's hurt," Mom said. "So was I." "You exposed him." I repeated what he wrote. "He was venting," Dad said. "I was funding him." They didn't argue with that. They just sat there. "We can't afford to cover his rent," Mom said. "Then he should move back home." "He says it's toxic there," she added. I didn't respond. Dad leaned forward. "We're not asking for much. Just help until he finds a job." "He had a job," I said. "He quit." He said it was stressful. "So is working 50 hours a week and getting insulted for it." They didn't look up. "Fine," Dad said. "How about a loan? No gifts. We'll pay it back." You already used that line 3 years ago." They stood up. "After all we did for you," Mom said. "Yeah," I answered. "I remember the rent bill when I turned 18. They left without another word. That night, Olivia sent me another screenshot. Ryan had started a new group chat. "He's overreacting. He always wanted to be the victim. Let her post all she wants. Nobody cares." The new chat had half the cousins in it. A few had already left the main family thread. Olivia posted the screenshot into the main chat. Nobody responded. The next day, Ryan messaged me directly. "Hope you're happy. You ruined everything." I didn't reply. That afternoon, Grandma called. "Your parents called us. Said you're cutting them off." "I'm cutting the money off," I said. "You're allowed to. They want me to apologize." "You won't." "I'm not." "Good." Later, Grandpa called. He told me to check my mailbox. Inside was a sealed envelope with 2 $50 bills and a short note. For every birthday we weren't invited to, from someone who remembers all of them. The next day, Dad called again. "I spoke with your uncle. He said you showed him the screenshot. He was in the chat. He saw it himself. You made this public." "He made it public when he sent it to 10 people. Dad hung up. 3 days passed. Ryan's apartment posted an eviction notice. Olivia sent me a picture of it taped to his door. I got a call from Aunt Karen that night. "He needs help. He needs to fix it himself. He's your brother. He's not my problem." She hung up too. The next morning, my landlord knocked. Said someone had called pretending to be me, asking about my lease. I asked who. He said some guy named Ryan. I filed a police report. That night, I moved my savings to a new account and changed every password I had. 2 days later, I got a text from a random number. "Hope you enjoy living alone forever." I blocked it. Grandma dropped off more muffins. "You don't have to keep defending yourself," she said. "I'm not. I'm just done being useful to people who don't treat me like family." She nodded, left the box, and didn't stay long. By the weekend, half the family stopped talking to me. The other half messaged things like, "You did the right thing," but never said it publicly. I cleared out the family group chat and left it. Next week, Ryan posted a GoFundMe titled, "Trying to Stay Afloat After Unexpected Setback." It had 3 donations, none from family. I reported it for false information. It got removed. The day after that, my mom texted, "You made your point." I left her on read. That Sunday, I got a knock on my door. It was Uncle Wes. He handed me an envelope. Inside was a single note. Some of us always knew. We just didn't say it until now. There was no money inside. Didn't need any. Monday morning, I got a message from an old neighbor. He said Ryan was back home now, complaining about how everyone abandoned him, telling people I cut the family off over a party. I sent him the screenshot. He left me on read. That night, Olivia tagged me in a post. Sometimes you don't need revenge. Just stop giving people free passes. She posted it with the picture of the party decorations, the ones I was never invited to. The next comment was from someone I didn't know. "Damn, that girl who paid for everything and got iced out. I saw that story on Reddit." "Yeah," she replied. "That's my cousin. She finally stood up for herself." 2 days after Olivia posted the screenshot, Ryan called from a new number. "I get it, okay? I messed up," he said. "Yep." I didn't mean what I said in the chat. You typed it. It was just a joke. You're evicted. Still funny? Nothing. Can I crash at your place for a while? Just a week or 2? No. Not even a few days? No. I'm your brother. You told security I wasn't. Click. 2 hours later, Mom sent a group message. "Ryan's going through a lot right now. We're asking the family to support him. Everyone makes mistakes." Aunt Karen chimed in. "Publicly humiliating your own blood isn't how we solve things," Olivia replied. "Neither is mocking the person who paid your bills." Uncle Wes left the chat. Cousin Leo DM'd me. It took guts. About time someone said it. I didn't reply. That night, Dad called. "You need to apologize," he said. "For what?" "For blowing this out of proportion." I showed proof. "You aired it in public." He bragged in public. "You're not acting like family. You stopped treating me like family years ago." He hung up. Next morning, I got pulled into a quick meeting at work. HR flagged an anonymous ethics complaint about financial coercion and family abuse. My company traced the IP to a burner tied to Ryan's apartment. I submitted the police report. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I said yes. I froze my credit, changed all account info, locked down my socials. That night, Olivia messaged me again. "He's saying you turned Grandma against him." She wasn't on his side to begin with. Later, Olivia tagged me in a story. A picture of the family group chat exit screen. Caption: "Sometimes cutting ties is how you stop bleeding." I didn't like it, didn't repost, just moved on. Saturday morning, a neighbor texted me a photo of my parents in his driveway talking to his wife. At caption: "Your folks are trying to clear your name. Thought you'd want a heads up." I didn't answer. An hour later, my doorbell rang. Certified letter from my parents. Typed message: "Natalie, your behavior is shocking. Families forgive, not exile. We're heartbroken. You're choosing revenge over healing." No signature, just Mom and Dad. I printed it, stapled a note to the front. "You only cared when I stopped paying." Mailed it back the same day. 3 days later, Ryan posted a GoFundMe again. Same title, new goal, down 200. 2 donations, one from some random friend, one from a burner account I recognized from our shared Netflix login. I reported it, got taken down. Thursday afternoon, Grandma dropped by muffins again. "Still trying to guilt you?" she asked. "They've shifted to pity now." "You don't owe them softness. You gave them years." She handed me a folded note. It was Grandpa's handwriting. "When a person earns peace, she doesn't trade it for noise." I taped it above my sink. Next week, HR followed up. Case was escalated. Formal complaint filed. Charges pending. Ryan didn't respond to the notice. Uncle Wes called. He's blaming everyone but himself. I said, "Let him. You need anything?" "I'm good." "Keep it that way." That weekend, Olivia messaged again. "He's staying in your old room now. Figures. Still telling people you overreacted." I didn't. "He knows that. He just doesn't want to say it." I didn't reply. 2 days later, I got another package. No return address. Inside was the same hoodie Ryan stole from me senior year. Folded, washed. Still smelled like fabric softener. No note. I put it in the donation bin outside my building. Next morning, voicemail from Aunt Karen. "Your parents are devastated. Your brother's not eating. You proved your point. Now let it go. I deleted it. Tuesday afternoon, Olivia posted another update. This time, a photo of her grad school acceptance letter. Caption: Some of us move forward. Top comment was from Grandma. And some finally stand still long enough to grow. Next morning, I got one last message from Ryan. And thanks for ruining my life. Hope you're proud. I deleted it. No reply. No need. The week after Ryan's final text, Grandma called. He's in the basement now, she said. Sulking, whining, still blaming everybody but the one in the mirror. Sounds familiar. Your mom tried guilt. Your dad went silent. Now they're testing shame. I'm not biting. You shouldn't. That night, Olivia sent a screenshot from the cousins group chat. Ryan had written, I don't care what anyone says. Natalie should have had my back. She knows how hard things have been for me. Nobody replied. 3 cousins quietly left the chat. Uncle Wes texted me separately. You want help changing your locks? Already done. Friday morning, I got a letter in the mail. No return address. Just a folded sheet of notebook paper, scrawled in Sharpie. You'll always be the villain when you stop playing the fool. Attached was a printed photo of me at my college graduation with the word ungrateful scribbled in red across my face. I didn't even flinch, just dropped it into a folder with the rest of the garbage for the police report. Monday, I got an email from the company's legal department. Your brother filed 3 fake anonymous tips through our whistleblower portal, all tied to a masked IP, but the trail came back to his building. And do you want to testify? Yes. They served him papers the next day. Grandma called again. He tore it up in front of your father, then stormed out yelling about how you destroyed the family name. What did Dad do? Told him to clean the garage. Ryan screamed and slammed the door like a toddler. That Sunday, Olivia moved out. No drama. Just loaded her car and left. Before she drove off, she left a note on the fridge that said, Thanks for showing me that self-respect isn't betrayal. She texted me later that night. At new apartment, new job lined up, new chapter. We didn't talk about Ryan. We didn't need to. Next morning, Ryan posted a fresh GoFundMe. New name, same playbook. My family has abandoned me in my time of need. I'm not perfect, but I deserve a second chance. Please help me start fresh. It had 2 donations before it got reported and pulled down. This time I didn't report it. Someone else did it faster. Midweek, I swung by the old house to grab Grandpa's toolbox from the garage. I didn't call ahead. Didn't knock. Just walked in, grabbed it, and left. As I was walking back to my car, Ryan stood at the upstairs window, arms crossed like a bitter extra in a high school play. Just watched. Didn't come out. Didn't say a word. 3 days later, Olivia sent another screenshot. Ryan had posted to his story. Sometimes the ones closest to you are the first to leave you bleeding. Nobody replied. Grandma visited the following weekend. Dropped off leftovers in a small tin box. This was your uncle's, she said. He wanted you to have it. Inside was a note he wrote years ago before he moved away for good. There's always one kid in the family who does everything right and still gets treated like they don't belong. Don't let that keep you trapped. Leave the guilt behind. I pinned it on my fridge right next to my rent receipt. The following Tuesday, the company's legal team emailed again. Case closed. Cease and desist acknowledged. You're clear. I replied with one line. All debts closed. That evening, I deleted Ryan's number for good. Then my parents. Then Aunt Karen's. Blocked every number that didn't respect the boundaries I set. That night, I made dinner in my apartment. No guilt, no noise, no second guessing. I sat down, ate quietly, and didn't think once about who wasn't there. It was finally over. 6 months later, life moved on fast. The raise came in first, then the promotion. I moved into a better place, closer to the city, quieter, without the constant echo of guilt in the walls. I didn't announce it. No photos, no status updates. Just keys, boxes, and peace. Grandma knew, though. She helped me hang the curtains and left a new coffee maker on the counter. No more week mornings, she said, patting the thing like it was sacred. The company issued an official memo. The harassment claim had been dropped. No further action needed. I printed a copy and shoved it in the folder with the rest. Closed, filed, done. I saw Ryan one more time by accident. He was working part-time at a tire shop off the highway, pushing carts and checking tread. I pulled in for a rotation. He didn't recognize the car. As I was paying, he walked out with a stack of receipts in his hand, saw me, and froze. I didn't wave, didn't nod. Just took the keys and left. An hour later, Olivia texted me. He said you looked smug. I wasn't Chen, I replied.
Make good.
She got accepted into her graduate program in Texas, full scholarship. Said she's staying with an old friend until she finds her own place. You're the only reason I didn't become one of them. She told me. You did that yourself. Nah, you lit the fuse. My parents tried to call again in January. New numbers, no voicemails, just the silent spam of desperation. Uncle Wes sent one final message. They're saying you abandoned family. I didn't, I replied. I escaped. He hearted it, never texted again. Mr. Reynolds, my old high school history teacher, reached out and saw your name in an alumni write-up. Glad to see someone turned out normal. Appreciate it. Still fixing cars on the side? Nope. Building something now. He sent a thumbs up emoji. That was it. I started my own business a month later. Consulting, logistics, private contracts. Boring to most people, freedom to me. Grandma gave me the down payment. You're the only one who ever showed up when it counted. She didn't mean holidays. Didn't mean birthdays. She meant hospital runs, roof repairs, doctor bills, the stuff nobody posts about. Ryan's GoFundMes kept popping up. Different names, different lies, same. Please. They'd get flagged within a week. He'd try again. People caught on eventually. Nobody shared the links anymore. Aunt Karen stopped trying to mediate. Olivia told me she went full meltdown after her HOA fined her for loud yelling on her front porch. Guess she found a new cause. Olivia visited once before leaving for Texas. She brought me a framed copy of our group chat screenshot, the one where I got kicked out and then proved them all wrong. End caption, receipt number 1. It hung next to my desk. My parents sent a letter on my birthday. Typed, formal, cold. We're sorry you feel hurt by our actions. We hope someday you can find it in your heart to let go of this anger and reunite with your family. I didn't respond. Didn't burn it. Just dropped it in the shredder. No theatrics. I checked on the old neighborhood once more. The house looked the same. Faded siding, overgrown lawn, 2 broken porch lights. Familiar sadness. I didn't knock. Just kept driving. Olivia sent a photo the day she left. 1 suitcase, 1 backpack, 1 ticket. Caption, leaving behind the noise. I didn't reply, just sent a red check mark. She got it. By April, the business had 3 clients and steady cash flow. I hired a part-time assistant. Kid from a trade school. Smart. Didn't ask dumb questions. Paid him weekly. Showed up on time. Didn't complain. Ryan heard he lost the tire shop job. No call, no show 3 times in 1 week. The manager told Grandma he just disappeared. No explanation, no warning. He showed up outside my building once. Hoodie, hands in pockets. Fake casual. I'm just in the area. Look, security buzzed me. I told them to send him away. He left without saying anything. Olivia sent a final update from Texas. And settled, class is hard, freedom better. I replied, solid, don't look back. She sent a photo of her front door. Simple, quiet, clean. No drama on the porch, no yelling behind the walls. In June, my company hit its first milestone. Broke even. All bills paid, no debt, no favors owed. I celebrated by replacing the old couch. The one I slept on after working double shifts to pay my parents' rent. New one's bigger, comfier. Mine. I didn't post about it. Didn't send photos. Just sat down and turned the volume up. Last I heard, Ryan moved in with some friend of a friend. Crashed on their couch. No job, no plan. Still blaming everyone but the person in the mirror. And my parents? Still telling anyone who'll listen that I changed. They're right. I changed the locks, changed the number, changed my priorities. That's what happens when you stop letting people drain you. You get lighter. And they get louder. But noise never built anything. Work did. 6 months later, things had shifted. Not in some cheesy, look how far I've come kind of way. Just real change. Quiet, steady. The kind you don't post about because you're too busy living it. The raise came through, then the promotion. I moved into a better apartment closer to the city. No roommates, no noise. No guilt humming through the walls. I didn't tell anybody. No Instagram tour, no announcement. Just keys, boxes, silence. Grandma found out, because she always does. She helped hang the curtains and left a new coffee machine on the counter. No more weak mornings, and she said, patting it like it was sacred. I got an official company memo. The harassment complaint Ryan filed was dropped. No evidence. All ties traced back to his IP. I printed a copy, filed it in a folder labeled stupid. Forgot about it. I saw him again by accident, of all places. Tire shop off the highway. He was pushing carts, looked like he hadn't slept in a week. I needed a tire rotation. He didn't recognize my car at first. When he finally saw me through the glass, he froze. Didn't wave, didn't speak. Just stood there with that same fake tough guy face he used to make when we were kids, and he got caught lying. I paid, took the receipt, left. Olivia texted me an hour later. He said you looked smug. Wasn't, I replied. And good. She got into grad school in Texas, full scholarship, staying with a friend until she finds a place. You're the reason I didn't become one of them, she told me. You chose that yourself. Nah, you lit the fuse. My parents tried calling again in January. New numbers, no voicemails. Just desperate silence that smelled like guilt. Uncle Wes sent one final message. They're saying you abandoned family. I didn't, I replied. I escaped. He hearted it, never texted again. Reynolds, my old high school teacher, emailed me. I saw your name in an alumni write-up. Glad someone turned out normal. Appreciate it, I said. Still fixing cars? Nope, building something now. He sent back a thumbs up emoji. That was it. I started my own business the next month. Logistics, contracts, consulting. Boring to most, but it was mine. Grandma fronted the down payment. You're the only one who ever showed up, she said. She didn't mean birthdays. She meant hospital visits, doctor bills, roof repairs, real stuff. Ryan's GoFundMes kept popping up. New names, same lies. They'd get flagged within a week. Someone would report them before I even saw them. People were catching on. Aunt Karen finally gave up pretending to be neutral. Olivia told me she melted down when her HOA fined her for yelling on the porch. Olivia stopped responding to her. Before leaving for Texas, Olivia dropped by. Brought a framed copy of the group chat screenshot, the one where Ryan bragged about me being a dog on a leash. She'd captioned it, receipt number 1. It hung next to my desk. My birthday came. My parents sent a typed letter. We're sorry you feel hurt by our actions. We hope someday you can let go of this anger and reunite with your family. I didn't burn it. Didn't read it twice. Just shredded it. No drama. I swung by the old neighborhood once to grab Grandpa's toolbox from the garage. Didn't call ahead. Didn't knock. Just walked in, grabbed it, and left. As I walked back to my car, Ryan stood at the window upstairs. Arms folded like a dollar store Bond villain. Didn't come outside. Didn't speak. Just watched. 3 days later, Olivia sent another screenshot. Ryan posted to his story. Sometimes the ones closest to you are the first to leave you bleeding. Nobody replied. Grandma stopped by again. Left leftovers in a small tin box. This was your uncle's. He wanted you to have it. Inside was a handwritten note. There's always one kid who does everything right and still gets treated like an outsider. Don't let that keep you stuck. Leave the guilt behind. I taped it to the fridge next to my rent receipt. The irony didn't miss me. Later that week, legal emailed me. Case closed. Cease and desist acknowledged. You're clear. I replied, all debts closed. Then I deleted Ryan's number. Then my parents. Then Aunt Karen's. Blocked everyone who crossed the line. No second warnings. I made dinner that night in peace. Ate in silence. No anxiety, no rage, just quiet. That was new. 6 months passed. Clients stacked up. Revenue steady. I replaced the old couch, the one I'd slept on when I was paying rent at 18. The new one was bigger, comfier. Mine. Didn't post a picture. Didn't send a snap. Just sat down on it. Leaned back and turned the volume up. Last I heard, Ryan moved in with some random friend. Couch surfing, no job. Still pointing fingers. And my parents? Still telling anyone who'd listen that I changed. And they're right. I changed the locks. Changed the number. Changed the damn rules.